H.R. 1442 would designate the month of November as Military History Month. While still a general in the Continental Army, George Washington said, when we assumed the soldier, we did not set aside the citizen, meaning that he believed from the early days of this country's history that citizen soldiers were the most important people in this nation in so many, many ways. Since even before there was a United States until today, Americans have never shied away from a fight to make life better not only for ourselves but for many millions of others. To better understand, appreciate, and celebrate the influence of the military on our nation's narrative, we should designate November as United States Military History Month. There are two major holidays already set aside to honor the men and women who have served this nation. First, known as Decoration Day, what is now known as Memorial Day, commemorates the American soldiers who have died in combat. Veterans Day began as Armistice Day to note the end of World War I. The Congress changed it to Veterans Day in 1954, and now on November 11th of each year we honor all those who have served in the military. But without celebrating our country's military history, these holidays might very well end up being seen merely as days off of work or just days that government buildings and banks are closed. The U.S. military has always played a very important role in our nation's evolution and in protecting the American way of life. Establishing through the passage of this resolution, H.Res. 1442, a month each year to highlight our armed forces will hopefully encourage Americans to learn, remember, and appreciate the sacrifices of the men and women who serve. It is often said that a nation which forgets its own history does so at its peril. This resolution is a fitting and appropriate way to honor our past and especially the extremely important role the U.S. military has played in that history. I have submitted this resolution at the request of one of my constituents, Mr. Ed Hooper, a great military historian. And this is very appropriate, too, because it shows that legislation often does not emanate from Washington, but really comes from the ground up, from the people that we represent. This is truly the American way to do legislation, and I urge all of my colleagues to support this resolution to designate November as Military History Month in this